Hey there, Rebecca here, your Vibe Mentor, helping you raise your vibration so you can live your best life. Wanted to pop in today and talk to you about self-worth and taking care of ourselves, self-care, and even investing in ourselves. And I'm going unscripted today, which I don't usually have a script, but I usually have notes. So we're not doing that today. This is Tater Tot, named by the kids, of course. He would like to participate, so we're going to go with it. But just wanted to share my story with you and share what I have learned recently, as what I'm finding is the lessons that I'm learning are also important for the collective. So my story, if you've watched any of my videos, you may know some of it, so I'll keep it pretty succinct. But I had a father, my biological father was a minister, and he taught a lot about guilt and shame. And, in the religious community, there's, a lot of messages that suggest brokenness and how we are inherently flawed, and just a general sense of not enoughness. And that theme certainly was delivered in the church twice on Sunday and once on Wednesday, but also at home in the daily life. And I was doing a meditation recently, really trying to tap into not necessarily abundance blocks. That certainly would be what first comes to mind. I'm not feeling blocked in that way necessarily, but that there are levels of removing this, that I've come a long way, and to make six figures is amazing, and yet there's still I guess we'll call it issues, right? Just negative core beliefs. That's what it is. There are core beliefs. There's programming that keeps coming up, and I've been really curious about where this comes from and why it is. And I was told as a young child that money doesn't grow on trees, and it's selfish to want material things, and we should give away all of our money to the church, and even to just want gymnastics class was selfish, right? I've talked about that in other videos as well. And I've cleared all of that. I have a very healthy respect and relationship to money. I don't believe in the love of money, but I do believe that money is an energy that can be used for good or bad, and that in order to do big, wonderful, amazing, goodly, godly things in the world, we need money. And so we have to make friends with it and be open to receive, and be in our feminine, and be willing to accept the universe and God's assistance in fulfilling our life's purpose, which I want to help millions of people globally. I want on my deathbed to be able to know that I have helped women and children alike, men and women, families, all good people across the globe to tap into their innate gifts and to live out their life's potential. And that means also bringing abundance into their life, and even manifestation. And initially I had some resistance to that word. It's not something that I'm not looking to sell money, if you will. Manifesting and abundance and creating, they're all natural parts of how we were created, and we can't escape that. We're creating every day, whether we like it or not, whether we're creating something we like or not, whether we're recreating the past or we're creating a future that we dream of, we're creating either way. And so to have resistance to speaking about manifesting or abundance or even being creators, there's levels of awareness that have come with that. And so kind of going back to my story, all of those lessons that were taught when I were young, they were hard to undo. There was a particular moment in my life where we had a potluck dinner at the church, and I couldn't have been more than 7, I think probably closer to 5, and someone had given me a balloon. It was a balloon that was brought to the potluck, and after we were closing up, everybody was done with their socializing, and it was cleanup time, and it was time to go, and someone gave me this balloon, and I brought it home, and the berating that I received from my father, it felt like it went on for hours. I'm sure it wasn't that long. It couldn't have been any less than 15, 20 minutes of you're a liar and no one gave that to you and you stole, and tell us the truth. And just the attack that happened will stick with me for the rest of my life. It was a moment that comes up a lot when I look into why it's difficult to put myself out there, why it's difficult to receive, or why having things, having anything, having my needs met, being seen, being heard, being understood, being valued, all of those things were challenges that I had to overcome. And starting this YouTube channel was a huge part of that I struggled with that for many, many years, that just putting myself out there was so difficult. And I'm happy to be in a place where I've overcome that. And I look back and ask, what are the things that helped me get to that place? Certainly an awareness of the issues, an awareness of the source of the challenges, but being willing to see that things outside of just money were contributing, that it wasn't just the green dollars or paper that I had an issue with, but it was myself, I guess. The messages that I received, that I was not enough, that I didn't have a high enough level, a high enough quotient, high enough value to be honored and respected, heard, seen, loved, and to be taken care of, and to have my needs met. No parent should sit there and berate their child for 20 minutes and call them names and tell them how bad they are, and guilt and shame them into. Finally, I came to a place of just pure surrender, of like, fine, you're right, I stole it, just so he would leave me alone, just so he would quit. And it was an abandonment of myself at that very, very young age, where I learned that I can't be me. People won't trust me or believe in me. No matter what I say, it doesn't matter. They don't listen. They don't care. There's so many messages that came from that. And I say that mostly for anyone who's a parent, to remember that those moments where we create strong emotions in our kids, those are moments where you're ingraining not only that memory, but those lessons, and probably not positive lessons if it's coming from a negative place. So for anybody who's out there looking for what might be holding you back from abundance, from creating the life that you love, from tapping into your life's mission or your life's purpose, be willing to look outside of just money beliefs, that it may be a different situation in your childhood, likely, usually less than 12, more commonly less than 7, where these situations send this message of you're not enough. And not enoughness is a common problem. It's probably, I think, the most common problem. If you consider Marissa Peer an authority on this topic, she would say it is the most common issue, where we all have subliminal messages sent to us of not enoughness. Certainly culturally, societally, we have that issue. And then if we happen to have parents who also struggled and didn't have the tools to give us what we needed, then it's very likely an issue. So be willing to look at those situations and heal your inner child, to go within and to hold him or her by her hand and take her back to that situation and shield her from that, to stand in front of her, to hold her to your heart and to say, I love you and I'm here for you now, and that will never happen again. I will never abandon you. That you deserved to have your needs met in that moment. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be hugged. You deserve to be heard. And to reassure your inner child that you as the adult are now going to be the parent, that they are protected and that they don't have to worry about putting themselves out there anymore or about not having their needs met. They don't have to worry about being selfish for creating abundance, because we are limitless, you guys. We have infinite potential. We are creators. We can create the life that we desire and dream of. And it's not a selfish thing. I believe God puts these dreams on our hearts, that our life purpose is there to serve others, and that when we can be abundant, when we can be fully in our power, I'm covered in goosebumps, when we can be fully who God made us to be, we can change the world and we can bring about heaven on earth. And it's it's tremendously powerful, and we have to nurture ourselves as the parent so that our inner child is willing to come out and play, because it's fun. It's so beautiful. It's so much fun to play and create. And there's a safety net, right? Because when we have these wishes and desires, they're not instantly manifested. So there's a time of sifting where we get to experience a situation and say, I kind of like some of that, but I kind of don't like the other parts of it. So let me see how I can take what I like and tweak it. And even with my recent decision to move homes, at first I felt like I have to do this and I have to choose that. And it was a process over many weeks and even a couple months, I think, where I was kind of sifting through, I don't have to do anything. I don't enjoy that. I'm not going to do that. You know what I would really love? I love marble countertops, like I love a nice new kitchen. It's okay to love those things. It's okay to say, you know what, God and universe, I'd like to have something nice. If I'm going to move, I'd like to move to a place that I really want to be in and be happy. I can be happy at. I love, something light and bright, right? And so there's this process of sifting where we go through just the yes and the no to the universe, and the universe will bring us sort of tests to see, is this what you're looking for? Is this what you're looking for? And you get to piece it together. And it doesn't have to come from a place of greed. And I think that's where I've kind of struggled with manifestation, is it twofold. One, there are a lot of toxic values and negative intentions when it comes to people who try to use the shortcut of manifestation. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to clean up the trauma. They don't want to get to a place of healthy wholeness. They just want to get the big car and the big house and live their life and not help anybody. And that's something that I've struggled with, because I do, again, firmly believe that the intentions that we were designed for, the purpose we were made for, the reason we are perfectly imperfect, because we're perfect for our purpose, is to serve. It brings us joy, so there's not a sacrifice in it, but it is to be of service. And so I'm here to help you all find your life purpose, to raise your vibration so that you can live your best life, your highest potential, because you are needed and you are valued and valuable, and the world needs that special gift that only you have. So I say all of this to say, doing the work is so, so important. When we can get on the other side of the negative money beliefs as it relates to the physical, tangible thing of money, but also the energetics around receiving and worthiness. And you can't do that alone. And this is not a pitch necessarily, because I know it's going to sound like that, but it's so, so critically important. We have to invest in ourselves. I have had many, many therapists. You got to try them on to see if they work for you. I've had multiple coaches. I just recently invested in a tremendous program and coach and accountability every day. And I'm so, so excited, because what it's going to bring for you is value beyond my wildest dreams. And it's going to help you discover your purpose and live your best life and manifest abundance so that you can be of service and help me make the world a better place. So don't forget that you deserve this. Don't forget that you are valuable. Don't forget that you are abundant, that you are limitless, that you have a purpose, and that when you are lit up, alive and on fire, you have the ability to change the world. And collectively, when we can get, again, the goosebumps, when we can get a majority to this place where we embrace abundance as a positive force for change, we can change the world, you guys. That is not Pollyanna-ish. It is not. So invest in yourself. Take care of yourself. Self-love, we've talked about this before, I'll just briefly breeze over it. Self-love is not just bubble baths and massages. It's also doing the right thing, doing the hard thing, getting through the trauma, getting through the triggers, changing your beliefs, doing that work so that you can get to the other side and get to a place where you're truly sustainably happy. And I am here to say that in my childhood, all the way up through probably age 27, I was unhappy more than I was happy. I was unhappy either in anxiety, depression, or some other angst up until age 27, probably 98% of the time. And I truly questioned, after all the things that I've gone through, after sexual abuse as a young child, after physical abuse in my teens, after drug and alcohol addiction, after many, many failed relationships and narcissism and manipulation and emotional abuse, and just, it runs the gamut. You come to a place of like, can I ever be happy? Is there ever truly going to be happiness? And I am here to say to you today, not only is there happiness on a consistently positive basis, right? What am I trying to say? It is consistently more positive than it is negative, 95% of the time now, because I've done the work. And it's not just like, yeah, I'm happy. No, like, I am tingling. I am vibrating out of my chair. I am so excited for life. I can't believe all of the beautiful, amazing things that I get to experience. Life is so beautiful. The world is so beautiful. People are beautiful again, which I never thought I would say. So I'm getting long-winded here, but I love you guys so much, and I want you to be happy, and I want you to know you can have your dreams. You can live the life that God puts in your heart. And of course, that is without toxic, selfish goals. It is to be of service and to self-actualize and to live your highest potential. So with that, I will quit. Invest in yourself, love yourself, and get out there and start living a happy life. So you can reach me at the links below. I kind of just have to do the YouTube stuff, click subscribe, connect with me. We've got a lot of fun things coming up. There's a meditation for abundance down below if you want to check that out. Otherwise, I will have lots of new things to announce for you in the very near future. So sending you so much love, you guys. I'd give you my namaste, but my dog's laying on my hands. So take care. I will see you soon. Bye, loves.